Welcome to Affinity Archives! I'm Chris.
And I'm Nathan.
Nathan.
I introduced myself.
Today we're playing The Sun and Moon. It's a game by Daniel Linssen, also published by Digerati.
I don't know. You.
Digerati.
Digerati.
Either way,
this sounds about right.
This is the beta version of the game, and I believe it's releasing the 14th, so for us is tomorrow, so I guess it's not really beta anymore. But either way...
Don't look to me for the answers. You said, hey, want to come over and play a game. I was like, yeah, what are we doing?
But either way, we're going to check this out, and then you should check it out as well. And I've already played a little bit of it, so you get to do all the
cheater?
playing.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I played the Ludum Dare version of this game.
Fair enough.
And I think this Daniel Linssen won, like, I forget which one. It might have been like the overall or global Ludum Dare achievement. So this game got like top pick.
Nice.
Which is pretty huge. And I mean, Daniel Linssen has a knack for doing that over the last few years, which is
kind of a deal,
right. And that's how I keep I accidentally pick up his games. I'm like, all right, this game looks like it's been well received, and I'll start playing it and be like, oh, this is a Daniel Linssen game. It's hilarious though.
No, it's pretty impressive to consistently keep getting that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So,
but I'm happy to see that he.
I don't know if I played any of the stuff. So,
you played Javelin, right?
I watched you play it.
That was a wonderful game too.
It looked fun.
But I'm happy to see that he turned this one around and put it up on Steam.
All right.
So
let's do this.
Bam.
And he begins his journey. Must do this as fast as possible.
Oh, no. Hey, well, you beat the checkpoint.
Take that.
Get the crescent moon. So is that like your goal for each one? Like,
oh, I didn't get the full. Oh,
how are you supposed to beat that in 3.5 seconds? Well, you got the full moon.
Oh, you know what? I'm doing this wrong. Ready? Ready?
I don't think the timer starts until you move anyway.
Not accepted. No, not accepting that. Nope, not accepted. Does it not? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I can't make that.
You got worse.
I got worse. What is that mess? I do need to get those little black things, right?
Yeah. So every single level
is a double jumping thing. No, it's not. Okay. Every single level
has 3 of those, and you basically have to collect them to unlock the portal to the next level.
I saw you go to the floor. I saw that happen. What was that all about? What are you hiding from me?
Maybe you should go to the next level and figure it out.
No, I'd rather figure it out in this level. Okay, so I don't really know. Can I jump off walls?
Nope.
Okay. I thought I bounced off the wall earlier. I don't know. This seems like the fastest route. And of course, if I miss it. Nope. Come on, Mario Speedrun! Nope. Mario Speedrun! I played
Mario Speedrun.
Mario Speedrun! I play Super Meat Boy, I know how this works. God. No!
Ooh,
whatever,
so close.
Man. Whatever, man. Whatever. Gun level 2. Done with you.
Mystery button? What's that?
What is that mystery button? It does nothing. Alright. If I hold on to it, I go to the thing and do this! Oh, yes. She got me the moto! I suck. Okay. Oh, no, that's not how you do it. Oh, no. That's bad. Okay. We're gonna do this. Do this. We're gonna bounce off here. Oh man, I keep missing that. Oh, I can do this and then this.
Bam!
Okay. Now that I know it, I've got to get at least something. Half moon, maybe?
I wonder if that actually makes a difference, or if it's just like an aesthetic achievement. Like, yeah, I got all the best things, but it doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, that doesn't count. Look, no. See, that would be cool. It'd never be cool like Captain America.
Ah!
Oh, it was gonna be so good. That's how I think you gotta do it. Get it underneath.
I don't know, because you're still going the same speed left and right. I think you just gotta not fuck up at that part. Hey! Woo!
Did I get? Oh! It's so good. Okay. Oh, now we're over here. Oh, what the?
Yeah!
You're giving me options. I'm gonna go to 4. Jesus. Okay. We're gonna get. Nope. We're just gonna get right. Yeah. Oh, I'm like an eagle. No. God, that is terrible. All right. I'm not doing that one ever again.
Maybe that's why you get options.
Oh man, come on, no. Oh, I can totally do. Oh, this one's fun.
That is pretty neat, actually.
See, you are the creative one who knows how to play, but I'm the skilled one.
I will give you that. I've never been the skilled one.
Okay, not. Oh.
I might take back that skilled one statement.
Oh, come on, man, stop. Okay, you know what? We gotta use the trigger button, unfortunately. I'll never love you now.
This is gonna be the whole video.
Right? Oh!
Whoa! I didn't even see it! I didn't even see it!
Because you were not watching.
I went to put down my coffee and
are holding me back by looking. Jesus Christ, you're not hitting the target like you're supposed to. You. Oh, Jesus. I think actually the key is slowing yourself down with this guy right here.
I think so too.
Let's get you. No, I gotta cut it just a little bit. I can't shake it.
Unless you land and then just go from the bottom on that third one.
Okay.
It will cost you fractions of seconds, but you might be able to make it work.
I don't even remember how I just did that. I just did it. I don't even remember what I did. What did I do?
I don't think that you're going to have the momentum to do this curve. I think you might want to start here and then loop around like this and then go straight up.
Yeah, and jumping from the top is just murder. Unless, I don't know.
Unless you have really good timing.
Yeah, you basically have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the trick there is to up it.
Could be.
Maybe. I don't know, it's kind of slow. Crescent's good enough.
6.6 seconds is hard.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, the trick is that you're getting too much momentum on that last. Oh, you missed completely. But that was a really good idea. Oh, broke your system.
Bam!
Broke your system.
I think that was the intention.
Broke it.
So,
Yeah.
from a designer's perspective so far, how do you feel about this game as a whole?
This, I don't know exactly what the, oh, there it is, this is tiny emotions. I don't know exactly what the intent of the game is to make you feel. However, it does remind me of a quicker, faster...
Oh, that was so good!
A quicker, faster Super Meat Boy. In the sense that it's not about like dying, it's about succeeding at this incredibly difficult, high-precision task. And,
But here's the thing, most of these levels don't require that high precision. It only gets that way when you start accounting for the time.
yeah, and it's kind of like, you know, playing a puzzle game, or not that I'm comparing it to them, but one of those physics games like Angry Birds or whatever. I mean, anybody can succeed at, you know, grabbing these pieces and getting to the...
Nice.
Did I... Oh, whatever, I'll take it. You know, like right now, I can succeed at getting to that thing. Like, this is actually one of the first... This and the level before was one of the first levels that was actually just like, I couldn't fucking beat it.
Yeah.
Let's get a high score. But up until this point, most of the levels have been like, you can do them as long as you take your time. So it has that low floor, so to say, as far as difficulty goes. But it's when you start accounting for time, yeah, that things get challenging. However, I think most people, when they play it, they're going to want to reach that sun. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
People, I mean, I never heard of anybody, when people are hardcore about like Angry Birds, I never heard them say, oh yeah, I totally beat the game, but I didn't get all of the eggs. I don't know, I didn't play that game. But I didn't get all of the stars. I didn't get all of the stars. Like, no, people said I got all the stars.
Yeah, man, people obsessed over that.
Yeah.
I was one of the few people that when I played it, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to get through this game. But that's also because I hated Angry Birds.
Right. And so, I mean, yeah, I'm right with you. But this is like that, like, I'm gonna keep trying until I get that, because I don't personally feel accomplished. Now, I'm not sure who the demographic is of this game.
I imagine it would probably similar to the audience of like Super Meat Boy. People that like indie games and or people that like difficult platformers.
Right, and so because of that, like, I'm finding myself incredibly attracted to this game.
Yeah, I feel like this game hit your sweet spot.
My fiance feel a little jealous. But I swear, you know, and it's like moments like, can I? Is that? It's. Anyways, I'm sorry. Like, look at me. I'm like getting distracted playing this. Oh, I gotta jump down. Probably not. Actually, there's probably an easier way. But you know, I'm home. Oh my god, the music just changed.
Yeah, it did.
I'm sorry. Did I upset the developer? What happened?
Oh, you had it.
Oh. What just happened?
That is weird, though. We've been listening to the same song for a while now.
Time.
Although I do kind of like this music better.
Much better than. I'm sorry. That is one thing I want to say is that it's. You know, if you. The music is not very impressive. I will say, though, you could actually use it to your advantage, design-wise, because if they're listening to the same thing over and over again, and they start getting frustrated at the music, succeeding at something could give them victory, fanfare, and then they'll all the more want to beat your level.
I don't know if that's a good way to use it.
Probably not. No, it's. I mean, the music is a little repetitive, and I think that actually beats the theme of the game because it's supposed to feel smooth. You know what I mean? It's supposed to. The way to beat these and get these high scores is by going with the flow, and the music doesn't feel like a very go with the flow kind of thing.
It is kind of rigid. This is much better. Yeah, I agree. I feel like what the last song did was probably introduce a mood to the game. It's very like, I'm just hopping along.
Right.
This is nice and casual, guys. I'm just hanging out, no big deal.
It's hitting that. So yeah, design-wise, I would say it's got a low floor, high ceiling, and that's great design. That's something you want. The easy to learn, impossible to master kind of mechanics are the best mechanics in my opinion.
I agree.
There's no way that you can really compare to a game like that. Like, can any game really compare that much to Settlers of Catan? The balance is so great. Oh, motherfucker.
I think ultimately what's going to decide how I feel about this game is if the crescent, full moon, and sun actually do anything, or if they're just trophies.
I mean, it would be smartest to say that you get more difficult levels based off of getting the Crescent Moon trophy. Not only for rewarding the player, but also as a way of saying, look, these are really hard levels, and obviously you've shown me that you are capable of handling them like a big boy.
I agree.
Or girl, whatever. I'm not sexist.
But especially since they make it a point in the level selection screen to display your total amounts of each of those, I feel like making that much bigger of a deal about them and having you constantly aware of what you have means that there should be something done with it. If it was, hey, there you go. Oh, beautiful.
What? Oh, I beat that and it only took me 20 minutes, fool. This thing. That is a...
Ooh.
It's
waiting for you.
I'm gonna touch it.
I
can't even touch the thing that I'm trying to...
Oh, there are more than 3 of the orb things, key things, whatever we want to call them.
Okay, this is cool. You can't... Oh, you can't...
You know what this music reminds me of? I feel like we're playing Echo the Dolphin.
Ha! Ah, Jabba Jibby. Ooh, Jababa. I changed my mind. Everything I said about this game. I hate this game and I'm never going to play it ever again. Oh, I changed my mind.
You know you're supposed to go into the portal, right?
What? This game's stupid. Oh, take that, boss monster.
Bam!
Yeah, so design-wise, it's simple in its form. Obviously, you can tell that the levels were tested a lot because there's a motion that you need to go about to hit it.
Yeah, the levels are very finely tuned to get exactly what the developer wants them. You gotta be kidding me.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I don't think that's as bad as you in the boss fight. God damn it.
What? I only missed that like 10 times.
Just get into the flow, man.
Yeah, right? I wish I could hear more of music like this. That is... Because it's very upbeat and uplifting, and the game is fast enough, or at least your character moves fast enough, that it shouldn't feel choppy and, you know...
I agree.
Oh, totally. Come on, use your basic platforming skills.
I was never good at platformers, I'll be honest. I sucked at Super Meat Boy.
Is that it?
Oh no.
What the hell is this? Like, right now, there should be different music. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Oh, that's just fun. Just keep going. Just,
Nope.
You died. Not what I said to do.
I do what I want.
I do what I want.
I definitely did that in the wrong order.
That's fun.
Whoa.
So what are your impressions on the
gameplay?
Yeah.
I worry that it begins feeling too redundant. I think the concept is awesome. Like this is pretty much exactly what I would describe like a puzzle platformer, because it's not only a platformer, but there's a lot of like it's exactly, you have to think about how you go about this. And that's pretty much what you would expect from a puzzle game. So I think that's actually really cool.
It's nice because the skills involved with this are a little different than most platformers. A lot of platformers, all platformers require precision. That's just the key of platformers. However, a lot of them require a lot of timing. They require speed is another thing. Like, this is an H.
Yeah, this
this one's biggest mechanics that it requires is thinking of it in conservation of movement. Thinking about your path. I like this part of the music.
Yeah, I do too.
It reminds me of like Rat-a-tat. It's a chilled energy. It's like a energy that gets you going at the same time. Isn't like.
It feels a lot more appropriate for the game than the rest of the music. Damn it. Yeah, you just do not want to go toward the top. It's a death sentence. Ah. Eh?
Do you want to see what happens like? Does it? It just goes straight up, huh?
Yeah.
There's no...
No nothing.
No nothing.
I mean, you've got the center as a clear spot, but...
I mean, it feels like that's what you have to do.
But I guess that is the point.
What isn't... I mean... As far as redundancy goes with the levels, there's practically no such thing. Every single one of these feels completely unique.
Yeah, the design of the levels is definitely not redundant. No, it's just the mechanics. There's nothing new that's introduced, but there's a lot of levels to go through.
There's also, actually the one, what you could say the downside to the levels is actually tied into what you're saying now. They don't have to introduce more mechanics to the player, but there's also no more mechanics to the levels themselves. You almost have that if you want to move it on the ground. Then you got it. Like, for instance, the only thing that we have to worry about are spikes getting in the way. There's no moving objects. And that's kind of an issue. There's nothing that moves around. There's nothing that moves towards you. There's no AI. There's nothing that is specifically trying to kill you. You're just a poor creature that kills itself. Really.
Yeah. Although at the same time, we did at least see that some of that in the boss. I wonder if
that's true.
They'll introduce more of that. Whoa.
Wrong way.
Damn, son.
Fighting that boss was like it's exciting because it's finally.
It was very different.
Yeah, and I think there can be more things explored. Like, I understand if like the first whole area was nothing but like spikes and things like that, but truthfully, the difference between what you're doing now and what we were doing when the stages were green is, not that you can tell, but the difference between now and when the stages were green was, well, now things are red and black versus green, and the levels are slightly harder.
Yeah, I kind of wish that
there's nothing that like really sticks out, you know?
Right, I kind of wish that defeating that boss was like a stepping stone to like introducing that type of enemy throughout the game, because it's not as though that boss was particularly, you know, challenging or complex.
There's just something new, and what it actually did is it offered an extra time limit, a time limit that's not restrained, or that's not given to you by the game, but rather a time limit saying, "Get this, or I'm gonna eat you."
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You can do that.
Eh.
I meant to do that.
He definitely throws like every single kind of combination with the jumps here that he probably could. That's why it's hard, because it makes you switch it up back to back.
You son of a bitch. See, if I had hours, I would go through this, but I don't. But yeah, no, that was fun. It was a nice little change-up. I wish we could see a little bit. I mean, ultimately, it didn't change the mechanics of the game. It was just a different way of looking at the current mechanics. I mean, it's not the mechanics, it's elements. I would say that is...
Yeah, the mechanics don't need to change.
Yeah,
there just needs to be something new.
Yeah, so it's really the elements of the game they really need to change as a whole.
A new
change, add in some...
A new challenge.
Even if it was as simple as having some of these things move around.
Yeah, and that's really not that hard to implement either. I'm almost surprised that he didn't do that. I mean, he might have. It could just be later, but whoa,
maybe. But it doesn't have to take 40 levels to add something new in.
Yeah, I agree. I almost wonder if it's an issue that I've actually had in some of the games that I've worked on in the past, where there's too much content, so everything gets spread out too thin.
Jump down is like... just jump off the edge. I want to see if this is a shape. That looks like a T. Next level is an S. It just, I started to feel like there was...
Secret message?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Wait, it could be. What is before... we already tried that. That's something to check out for people who might be interested in playing the game.
Right?
First time you saw it, you're like, is that an H? Did
Whoa!
I just go through an H? Hey, something changed! Yeah. Oh, nice little tutorial.
Toggling
I played Mega Man, that doesn't scare me.
Ooh.
What?
Interesting.
You want that bus?
Sure.
Bus.
So does he move when he's invisible? I don't think so.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Which almost makes him weaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would actually definitely make him move when he's... It's kind of I mean, I understand why they're doing it. It makes things... he moves a lot faster than the other guy did, though.
He does.
And the finish.
Took us long enough.
All the red?
Is this like total time we spent for this area?
47?
That's interesting. Alright, so we did 40, now to find 41. This sucker.
That's weird. This is crazy. Oh, you are fire. You are made of fire.
Dang, son.
You are fire. Hey, oh boy, you better hit this one.
It's very Luftrausers kind of,
Yeah, it was... Whoa! No, give me that. I look at that time and I can just be happy with... Whoa, whoa, whoa... Oh, no. However, I think I am done for now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
But, yeah, I'm glad you showed me this. This is awesome.
Yeah, this, overall, I had a blast playing this. Even if it got a little bit redundant, the game as a whole is interesting and fun.
It's solid. Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea how much they're going to sell this game for either, so it's hard to pose my regular question of, would you spend this much money for it?
Well,
but
when I look at this, I think a less flashy version of Electronic Superjoy, and honestly, I think you could get that game for like either $7 or $5. So I could see selling this game for $3.
That's fair. I imagine on Steam it's probably going to be at least $5, because that's very much, you know, the Steam model. I could see this on mobile for $1 or a couple of bucks, or maybe $3. But I honestly have no idea how it would work on mobile.
I would say with more ideas into how you could change up the levels and better music.
Music was probably the lowest point of the game.
And if that was to go up, they could probably throw more in, because that's probably why Electronic Superjoy is higher, because Electronic Superjoy had a lot of different music that was, I wouldn't say like high quality or anything, but was thought about heavily because it was a heavy influence of the game, and it just doesn't really fit thematically in this one most of the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think, other than the music, my biggest feedback is they probably would have done, or he probably would have done better to maybe cut some of these these areas in half, maybe 10 levels per region, and like introduce.
You would feel a lot more progression.
Exactly. And that the new mechanic in section 2, whatever the 20s and 30s had, it should have started. It should have started on 21. There's absolutely no reason that should have been introduced so late. Whatever he introduced in the 40s and through 60 should be introduced in 41, and then same thing for beyond to this point too. Whatever it is, I think the bosses could use a little bit more something.
They need to be a little more dangerous. See, the way to look at it is, ultimately, you're still trying to just beat the level in a certain amount of time, like always, except for there's this thing that's following you.
It's the only thing in the game that actually moves.
Yes, and so because of that, it should be a big deal. The way I look at it is the boss should be there to prevent you from completing the level as fast as possible. So what I would do, I think personally as a designer, not that I've ever really made a game like this, so bear that in mind, but what I think I would do is I would take the boss out of the level, play around with it, figure out what is the fastest method to completing it, and then I would put the boss back into a position that would prevent me from completing it as fast as possible. And that would actually make it feel different. That would suddenly put a damper on how things normally are.
I suppose if I were to tackle the design of the boss levels, I would probably actually suggest having more than one boss in those levels. I think that would have increased the threat and made it feel a lot more substantial, because honestly whenever we played the boss levels it was like, this is basically the same exact thing except with more keys that I need to collect. It wasn't particularly more challenging, and it didn't feel that much more significant. Honestly, I don't think you should even be able to go to the next section until you beat the boss.
I didn't know
we could, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I appreciate the fact that you're trying to give a lot of different options, and basically people are getting frustrated about a level, they can move on to another one, and and they come back to it, and that's nice.
I mean, I suppose the benefit of killing the boss is that, you know, you get this total time of how much time was spent in that section, but right now that's arbitrary. That's just saying like, oh yeah, that's my score. You don't have anything to compare it to. Actually, I guess it would have been cool to see like what the best score would have been and see like your time compared to it. But like even beating the bosses, it doesn't feel significant. There's no huge difference.
The other thing I was going to bring in was the odd choice of level odd choice of levels in their progression. Like, I don't know about most people, but I'm going to look at it and go, okay, I just beat level 1, now I'm going to go to level 2 now. I just beat level 3, and now I'm going to go to level 4. That's how I'm going to look at it, and that's how I assume most people are going to.
And that's
40k? This is totally boring on 40k.
I mean, that's definitely the difficulty curve, too. Like, if we had skipped from like level 2 to level 5, the difficulty curve would have been ruined.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's not a safe thing to do in your game.
Yeah, and that being said, it's all about this. That being said, you should be teaching your players every level to prepare them for the upcoming challenges, and I think that the bosses should show a mix of skills that are necessary, and I don't agree with that the bosses did that, because basically every level should be a tutorial for the next level, or not even necessarily the next level, but the next coming levels, and then with the finish with the boss. Like right now, this one is teaching you how to be very, very precise with your jumping. And if you remember, we had the Mario level that was incredibly different. That Mario level probably should have been like level 3. It should have happened early on to teach the player that, hey, sometimes it's not about floating around. Sometimes it's about high precision jumping.
True, although I feel like if that was implemented as level 3, it would have been way too difficult for most players.
I mean, they could have made a simpler version.
Right, that's pretty much what I would have suggested. Let's see. The art is beautiful. I definitely have no complaints with the art. I mean, I suppose there...
Real quick, just get on top of there, and then just kind of like walk across while holding the...
Whoa, that's pretty wild.
Nice. The art's cool.
I mean, it's simple, but it pulls off the, for the most part, it pulls off the 16-bit kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Sound design, I feel like, was a little lackluster. I mean, sound design pretty much was akin to the 16-bit feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't really have any complaints. It just didn't particularly stand out as anything other than that.
You have to do the trick, I think. No, you don't. You do that, I suppose.
Bam!
So
Thought you were done.
Oh, I'm totally done. I just want to see if... Oh, I just want to die.
That's a really depressing statement.
I just want to die. God, yeah, that was depressing. I don't even care. I just want to get that one platform and to land on it. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
It's challenging, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I was sitting there watching it going, he's making this look way easier than it is. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say.
Yeah. I feel like there's one other thing. Oh, the one thing that I will say is probably the best thing about this game is that every level has a solution, and it encourages the player to think about it.
Yeah.
Because there is a flow. Like it's really apparent that there is an optimal flow. So it's great for players that love that kind of like. That's really weird and cool at the same time.
And like, I mean, look at the level design on this one, right? You jump down, right? You jump down, and the first one you're going to aim for is that tall one, right in the center. Like, that's just telling you to go there, right? Mm-hmm. So it's telling you that that's what you need to It's there's a lot of artistic composition actually. It's basically these things right now are pointing in a certain direction, telling you that you know this is come to me, use me as your means of pulling this off, and so it naturally guides the player to try to figure out. There are certain like dips and divots and stuff in the levels that like you look at and you just naturally like want to use that to your advantage or you want to go there, and that's well done. Maybe it's not a matter of killing the beast. I don't really know what that was supposed to be. You piece of crap. I just want to do the thing. Thank you.
That is satisfying to watch.
I wish there was a whole level. I don't know if it came across yet, but a whole level was just horizontal. Wouldn't it be cool?
That would be pretty cool.
There might be. I don't know. Anyway,
so yeah. Either way, I'm glad I got my hands on this. This was fun, and it's definitely very different as far as most games that we've played.
Yeah, very challenging, very good.
Yeah,
I also played it for a while. That's because I got obsessive. So good for you. That's the Sun and Moon.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I'm probably gonna go home and get this later.
That's fair.
It's kind of one of those just obsessive games that like it's really good for practice. So I mean, this is one of those games that I would, you know, if I had a kid and he was like, Dad, it's not a video game, it's like, go play this game right now. You don't talk to me. You don't get dessert until you finish this game.
You will train.
Be a terrible father,
or a great
or
one.
an awesome father. Right? So no, I guess that's it.
Cool.
Right?
Well, thank you for watching. Check out the write-up along with this, and while you're at it, subscribe wherever it'll appear on here. I have to make sure I add it this time. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.